everybody. Welcome to kdmoonchild's world and Saturday Solutions. I trust you had a happy holiday if you're in the United States. I hope you had a wonderful gratitude day, and the day after that was Native American Heritage Day. So I hope you all celebrated both with equal fervor, which I'm sure you haven't, because most of us didn't even know it was Native American Heritage Day on Friday. But anyway, most of us were focused on Black Friday and sales and Christmas presents and our loved ones. At least I like to think of our loved ones. And, you know, that's not what the stores think about us, but hey, what am I saying? Anyway, welcome to Saturday Solutions. As you can tell, I babble. No. I want to welcome you. If you're new here, I hope you enjoy what you hear and what you see. This is not a card reading about problems. It's a card reading about solutions. And maybe you'll send somebody my way. Maybe you'll share this with someone. And you know, you might want to come back for more. I do this every Saturday. Whether it's a holiday Saturday or not, I am here. If it's at all physically possible. Now that I said that, I need to warn you all. After right about the middle part of December, for a couple of months, this is going to be a very short and sparse card reading after the middle of December. Okay? I can't help it. Sorry. I'm having surgery on my thumb. I'm taking out a bone in the joint and rebuilding my joint with tendon. It's amazing how the surgery works. But anyway, I won't be using that thumb for a couple of months. So in the meantime, you'll please all bear with me. The way I shuffle cards, the way I mix up cards, this is going to involve a lot of trust. Also, my channel will be changing to more live stream chat situations. Just, you know, open chat kind of deals. Card readings are going to be hard to do, as is pouring resin going to be hard to do with my left hand. Yeah, it's my dominant hand that I'm having the surgery on. So everything, including getting dressed, is going to be a blast. I'm trying to get my camera to adjust a little better. There. Thank you. Whoop, there it goes again. Okay. Sorry about that. Hey, that's one thing about this channel you get used to. All my little oopses. I don't hide them. I'm human, and I am not a professional editor or anything. And it shows! I love y'all. Anyway, there we go. Hey, helps when you open up the privacy door all the way on your webcam. Hey, there we go. I think we got it now. Finally, we could add a goddess or two to the talk, don't you think? Yeah, let's add a couple goddesses in here. Okay, this reading. I forgot what I was even talking about. So let's just carry on with the reading. This reading is to point out where we are coming from, where we're going, how we get there, and the obstacles in our way. We get a message from Spirit and a message from the animals around us. For it's in paying attention to them that we will survive as a species. They don't drive themselves extinct. Humans have. The Earth's conditions have driven animals extinct, but the animals themselves, not so much. Also, in this reading, you will see all the readings for this month of December are oriented to North America. And as far as you can see on this map, an Arctic Circle, Greenland, all that over there. And the parts of South America. All of Mexico, all of Canada, all the United States. And even all Hawaii and all that out here. Alaska. You can see this globe a lot. It's made out of amethyst, actually. Don't we want healing in this country? Don't we want healing on this half of the world? So much turmoil everywhere. So, anyway, let me explain. First off, this reading is for entertainment purposes only. That's what we're here for, right? Be entertained. That's what I come to YouTube for. I also come to YouTube to learn stuff, but I don't learn stuff always from card readings. Depends on the reader. Now, if I'm going to be teaching you something, you'll know. Okay. I'm going to explain the cards to you. We have the 4 directions. West, east, north, and south. We have sunset, sunrise, promise of a new day. This is where we are. Promise of a new day. This is a message from Mother Earth, as well as any obstacles that are in valleys, ditches, and in the lowlands. Swamps, rivers, lakes. But you'll also notice that in those quote-unquote obstacles is a lot of flow, a lot of water, a lot of emotion. So that tends to be what the obstacles are here in the valley. Up here in the mountain, it's either an obstacle, it's a place of respite, it's a place of clarity from the top, or it's an obstacle that you have to go around, move, or obliterate. Go through it. Okay? This card is a message from Spirit for all of us. And down here is a message from the animals for us. Follow what they do, follow what they tell us, and believe openly in them, because they don't know. They don't have any quote-unquote money on the game. I won't say skin in the game, because that's all they got in it, is their skin. But you know what? That's all you've got in it too. Because your money is fleeting. You match the energy, and money matches it. Okay, so are we ready to start? Let's begin in the sunset, in the west, and in our current position. What are we concerned about? What are we in our position? Oh. Lot of focus on the lower world. I'm going to turn this right side up so you can actually see the picture. Here we are in that cave. I think we're still journeying in a boat. A couple weeks ago, we were asked as part of the mountain obstacle to get into a boat and not be afraid, to trust, and to get into a boat to travel. And it was Fairy Spirit that was going to be guiding us on this journey. So what is Fairy showing us? I think Fairy is showing us we are too overly, that's why it's upside down, concerned about the lower world. The dark spaces, the dark entities. Get out of it. Stop playing around in it. Stop focusing on it. Yeah, camera, come on, let's focus. The lower world, that's where the scary things can be. It's the basic life forms. It's the shadow people. It's All those things that we don't really know very much about because we don't see it, because we are of the middle world. We are not of the lower world. So even being concerned about the lower world is kind of silly, because the lower world does not really have that much of an effect on us unless we open up and let it come in and do it whatever it wants to do. So all of you that are concerned about evil and Satan and demons and ghosts and evil spirits and all that cryptid, gonna kill you, eat you, weird stuff. It's okay to think about that stuff, but don't focus on it, because when you focus on it, it puts you down in that world where they are. And believe you me, all those things are real. And they are in the lower world. Once in a while, they make it up into our world, into the middle world. It doesn't always work out the greatest for them, especially if they are seen. They are sentient like we are, so they're curious. And they are energy beings. They're just very, very, very low energy. And the only way they can get up here is if someone opens the door for them. So don't keep your heart upside down. See, here's a heart right here. Focus, camera. It helps if you put your where you want. I'll figure out which way it goes. It's backwards here, okay? There, focus. See the blue heart right there? It's trying to speak, but it's falling on deaf ears down here. These things can't understand you and your heart. They don't get it. They don't hear it. It's not possible for them. You are not of their world, so they don't understand you. So don't fear them. You are from a world in the next level above. You are all powerful over them. Don't fear them or those who court and invite them, which this world, as we know, are so full of them. And we don't know who all has just recently courted the lower world. When you court the lower world, you venture down the steps into the lower world. And from that point on, you have to start all over on your climb up and out to even make it to be I don't want to say worthy, because you are worthy, but to be ready for ascension. I guess that's the best word. Ready. Things of the lower world cannot be ready for ascension. It's skipping a whole lot of process in between. All those levels in between the lower world and the divine, the upper world. Yeah, you're skipping the middle world, where that's life happens, is in the middle world. And those beings down there in the lower world, all they can see is the idea of our world, let alone the world that's above us. Okay? So those that have signed their lives over or courted the lower world should not be of your concern. As a light worker, all you have to do is look their direction, and truth will scream out. Because your light shines on them, and you carry the light of truth within you. Wow. What is our goal? Our goal is number 10. We want the end of the cycle and to be the hollow bone. We want to be the teacher, plus we want to call in the school. We also want to be teachable.
The key is in all the colors and types of the feathers hanging from the antlers. See the lighthouse? That's us. Yeah, we're teachable. We want to be a part of the hollow bone. We are lighthouses. Just look at, when you look at this lighthouse, the light is way up inside the skull, so it can't shine very bright. It's trying back here. It's trying. So it has to come out this direction in a way that is proving teachability. How many of you say, well, that's how I was raised. I don't know any different. So, you know, I guess that's just how it's always going to be. You know what I got to say to you? Cop out. It's because you're lazy and you don't want to work on you. Because everything you were taught, if it doesn't fit your life, it doesn't have to stay in your life. It can go. You can let it go. Release it. Why do you struggle to hold on to every little thing that really doesn't make you happy in the first place? That's the message of the hollow bone and being teachable. We have to be able to be adaptable in this end of the cycle, because we aren't quite sure what's coming in the new cycle because we haven't built it yet. We're the builders. That's our job. That's why we're here. That's why we are going through these times, so that we can see with our own eyeballs and our third eye everything that has happened in history before us. It's a pretty powerful position we are in this special lighthouse that is also a trumpet or a flute, clarinet, teachability. And that's our promise of the new day. We will be teachable. Our promise of the new day is the end of the cycle. This cycle is coming to an end. Can you feel it? Boy, I sure can. The energy's everywhere. Up, down, happy, sad, confused, confident. All of those things all at once sometimes. And then there are those of us who are trying to heal our bodies physically, heal our minds physically and emotionally. But all of us need to be working on constantly healing our spirit and our souls. Because within healing that is our transformation, our ascension, and the new beginning, getting past that promise of. So how do we get from being all worried about all those evil things and evil doers around us? Those that will not ever understand you as a light worker. That's why you dabble down in where they are. It's because you really don't understand them either. Curiosity is a powerful thing. Be careful with it. Manage it slowly, but do not turn it off. Do small wondering, small asking. In your meditations, go there for short periods of time. You'll see why you don't fit there and why you are not there. Okay? Now, the map. How do we get there? How do we get to being teachable from the lower world? Upside down, over-focused on the demons and the bad things that are happening around us. How do we get there? Oh, I love it. Yes. Yes, yes. Through education. Need I say much? You cannot rely on the opinions of others, the information coming from others. You have to do your own research, please. See that white bird there? Is that bird trying to teach that girl something that is not in her book? That's something else about classic education. Our classic education system needs work. Falling behind in the United States. So it's something to be thankful for. We need to be thankful for our educational system, yet it needs to be available to all for the country to survive and thrive. This light here, I'm going to take a look at it up close. Oh, it's a dancing fairy. See? She's so serious, all absorbed in her book. And he's trying to get her to smile. And know that life is not all about what that white bird's trying to teach her. Part of being adaptable and teachable, education, being able to play as well. Have fun. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy your life. Dropped a card. Anyway, so now you see what I'm talking about with the dark. This lower world really is something that is not a part of you. You're focused on it and worried about it and reading about it and learning about it when it doesn't even pertain to you. Yeah, you only need to know enough about it to know it exists. If you know it exists, it can't hurt you. All you have to do is shine your light on it. Found that card. All you have to do is shine your light on it, illuminate it. It'll go away because it comes from the lower world where it's dark. So it's okay. Quit worrying so much. You know, worry is definitely like assuming a rocking chair is a wheelchair. You do a lot of work in a rocking chair to get absolutely nowhere. That's what worry is. You think you're preparing for the future, but how can you prepare for the future when you don't know what the future is? How can you prepare for something that you have no idea what's coming? You have to trust. You have to learn to trust. And that's what Gaia is trying to tell us down here in the valley. Yeah, okay. The card she's given us is the valerian card. This happens to be an herb I can tell you about. It's one I have used extensively. You've heard of the drug Valium? It comes from the root, originally came from the root of this plant. It is calming. People make a tea out of it. It has an interesting earthy taste. It's not bitter. It's kind of a pleasant taste. Only issue is if you can get past the smell. It smells like a fresh cow pie to drink it in a tea. So also is if you get it as an essential oil, it also has that fragrance of a cow pie. But underneath that, it is calming to the point of being sedating. So let's see what the book says about it. I'm curious. I have used valerian, the root part, off and on for many, many years. With fibromyalgia, you need ways to relax your muscles and relax your body.
as well as your mind, and it seemed to do the job for me. Let's see. Now, I'm going to tell you this is for entertainment purposes only. I am not recommending a medical treatment. I am not a doctor or any kind of medical professional. So, do your due diligence and do your education and your research, please. Okay, Valerian. Well, the astrological ruler is Neptune. It signifies order, loosening, acceptance, embracing imperfection, persistence, and flow. Wow. Ancient physicians referred to this plant as fu, due to the pungency of its smell. Phew. Referred to in text as smelly old socks, while other names of the plant, such as all heel and cut finger, are common. In the Latin origin of Valerian's name comes from valere, meaning to be strong and healthy. In medieval Sweden, Valerian was sometimes placed in wedding clothes of the gown to ward off the enemy of the elves and protect the marriage. It was said to be used by witches to protect and bind those who were a target of evil spells. Oh, that's pretty cool. Valerian supports us by widening our trigger points and helping us to zoom out of the situation that might be overloading you with the anxiety or stress. What are you worried about over here? If this is overwhelming you, get some valerian. Use some valerian. It'll calm you down enough to get you out of that lower world. You've got to get out of there. We've got to get out of our focus and worry on that world. That world will take care of itself. It always has. It always will. And it has nothing to do with us. Remember, go easy on yourself and don't push yourself too hard to meet your goals. Valerian remedies the internal parts of ourselves that can embody mouse energy. When we're overly, analytical and judgmental in a higher trigger mode. Yeah, mouse react quick. You ever see a mouse when a mouse sees you? You surprise a mouse? Man, they're gone like a shot. They're there and then they're not there. The message here is to take measure. Although your foundation can be established with great order, there is a certain amount of flow needed in order to enjoy creativity and growth. Don't exhaust yourself in the details. Embrace your imperfections. Ooh, I got a personal message in that one. Thank you. Out my hand, folks. Yeah. Let me get some valerian to have on hand for my surgery afterwards. So that's why there's a mouse on this card. It kind of embodies the awareness and the quickness of a mouse. Interesting. Very, very interesting. And with it being a double 4, it's a master card for manifestation, for stability, and for foundation. So Gaia is telling us to turn to her and her herbs for acceptance. Don't turn to other people or to anywhere else on the outside. She provides everything you need, but be prepared to do your due diligence and educate yourself on her herbs, her fungus, and the plants, because some are misleading, some can be poison, and some can be the best medicine you'd ever dream of. It's just telling you to do your due diligence. As in The valerian is wonderful because it's calming and you strive to be calm. But getting past that pungent smell can be a task. Now you have been warned. Thank you, Gaia. Oh, I just heard. And that pungent smell is something we will all have to live with if we don't start paying attention to healing the earth. Stop abusing the earth. My goodness. Thank you. So what's a mountain? What's our big obstacle, y'all? I need something to drink. Bear with me a second, please. Okay. Drinking a soda I had left over from the holiday. I don't normally have them in the house. Tastes pretty good. It's a treat for me. What do we have in the mountain? Oh. Well, we're definitely out of the grotto. But look, you guys. We're coming out of our worry of the lower world as well. See, our carrying the light. There's Merlin. He's watching flow. He's going with the flow. He's watching where the water is. See? He's following the pathway that goes with the water to get to the light. So he can recharge in the light once more. Yes, I heard that loud and clear as well. In the forests, in the mountains, sorry, there are deep, thick, dark forests. Sometimes the only way you can see the path, and it's the animal path, it's the path the critters have made to find your way out of that dark forest into the field, into the meadow. Sometimes you have to follow the narrowest, gosh, I can't talk, the narrowest and tiniest path. And finding a light bright enough to see that path is a challenge because it is meandering. It wanders and changes just like flow. But if you focus on flow and feeling what is happening around you, you won't need your eyes to see because you'll feel the path under your feet. You'll feel the path around you because the air will be free. There will be branches and things to run into in the path in front of you. This is a 6 card. You may be a little concerned about the fact that the pathway is meandering, but that also means it's not a straight path, hurry up, get from beginning to end. Take your time. Enjoy the trip. Because it's in the trip is where you find harmony. It is going on that meandering pathway is where you find cooperation. And it's where you find healing. So yeah, you're trying to get to that light to recharge that staff that represents your lighthouse. But what you need to do is focus more on the pathway and its turns and twists and what each one of those turns and twists has to offer you as part of the flow of your life. I love this deck. It just makes me, every time I get a card, every card I get in this deck makes me want to look deeper. So I'm going to do that. I know that's 2 of them that I'm reading to you, but it's okay. The spirit of the meandering path says, everything falls into place when you don't resist the flow of the meandering path of life. Allow the path to take you where you need to go. Don't hurry it or rush it. Simply let go, surrender, and enjoy the journey. See, he can see where the destination is. loud and clear. And he could get there by going straight. But all these little lights down here on the ground are showing him a different pathway to take to get there. It's his choice. But the one with the flow of life is this one. Not zip, get up there, get it done. You miss everything by doing that, being in a hurry and resisting it. We don't have to have all of the answers to succeed. And you don't need to know what tomorrow holds to have an astounding future. Simply sit back and enjoy the ride. You'll get to exactly where you need to be for your highest good. This card is telling us all we've got to be grateful for what we have. All the little tiny things that we take for granted today, think about, focus on it. Because if you didn't do that on Thanksgiving, this is a good time to do it. It really is a good time. Focus on what you're grateful for. And all that is stuff you're not grateful for will fall away all naturally without you having to do a thing. A little saying that goes with this card. As you saunter down the pathway, you are not sure what is around the next corner, but you are relishing the moment. You gaze at the inner path of light and dark of the leaves of the trees and inhale the fresh forest air. All is well. You know that you don't have to see your destination. All that is required is to enjoy the journey. My goodness. That's really, all I'm getting out of this is stay out of worlds that are beneath you. That includes people, all of that. Stay out of worlds that are beneath you. Educate yourself so that you can become a teacher, and you can also learn more. The more you teach, the more you, believe me, the more you teach, the more you realize what you don't know, because your student will ask you questions that make you focus on what you don't know. I promise. Oh, has that happened to me many a time, and I've had to look things up. It happens. It happens. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. So far, yeah, this really is all about taking responsibility for you. Because that's really all you can take responsibility for. That's all you really can have any control over or make any difference in, is you in your life. So stop focusing on the outside world, start focusing on you, improving you, relaxing you, and flowing where the universe wants you to go. Because when you do that, learning is easier. You will not be going, am I on the right path? Do I have the right purpose? Am I doing what I'm supposed to be doing? All that comes so fast, you want it to slow down sometimes. I actually have to ask for it to slow down sometimes, because it keeps coming. Just keeps coming and coming and coming. So, what do we have as a message from Spirit, from the little Lemurians? Oh, what a gorgeous card. I'm looking at it just because I'm lost in it. The little sloth in the middle is cute. We have the furred and feathered friends. Pay attention. You want to know if you're on the right path. You want to know, in this meandering pathway, which way to turn. What food do I eat? How do I survive? What are the animals doing? Open up and pay attention to your brothers and sisters with fur and feathers. I'm going to add to that.
and scales. Because believe you me, fish of the sea can definitely teach you so very, very much. I'm going to move this all down here so you can see that better. That's a gorgeous card. I want you to see that. Once again, I'm looking it up in the book too, because this is a deck that I don't have memorized. I've used it quite a bit, but it's every time I see the cards, they say something different to me. So I don't always do what the book says, but in this particular case, I've been teaching that for so much of my life. Pay attention to the animals. Pay attention to the animals. Pay attention to the children. That's our future, y'all. That's our future. The animals will let us know when we've overdone. They go extinct, as you know, very fast. Sorry, I needed something to drink again. The ethical consumption. This card is about ethical consumption, making a difference through our food choices, caring for all beings, animals, environmental awareness, and doing the best we can. It's also about our spirit guides. A lot in that card. See what I mean? Animals are intuitive and sacred beings that walk the earth beside us. They are the wisdom keepers of many earth traditions and some of our most loving companions. They have much to teach us, and yet the way some species are treated is quite unbelievable. As we become more empathetic and our sense of compassion expands beyond that of our own family and community sphere, we start to see other things and the quality of our lives as interconnected and equal. We may be inspired to align our actions with our compassion to minimize the harm we do to the planet and her inhabitants. As humans, we are evolving and moving to a higher consciousness. Our bodies may struggle to digest what was once healthy and fortifying. Also, when we are doing the work spiritually, we may feel more sensitive to things that don't fit with our values. When we take on the energy of a product that has suffering imbued in it, no matter how good it tastes or even how organic it is, we may notice a lowering of our vibration as it challenges our spiritual integrity. You ever eat a big steak meal and it feels like it's sitting in like a rock in your stomach? You know what that's doing to your energy? Pulling it down, darling. So, since this message is about doing the best we can within our circumstances, it's not always possible to access nutritious or locally produced alternatives. However, as consumers, we do have the power to push for change by choosing how and where we spend our money. We have many more options in the West than in previous generations for plant-based alternatives. Furthermore, there is evidence to show that minimizing the intake of animal-based foods helps to address a range of endemic health issues. It also goes into talking about how false the food pyramid is. May all beings everywhere be healthy and free, and may the thoughts, words, and actions of my own life contribute in some way to that happiness and to that freedom for all. It's the translation of a Sanskrit prayer. And I'm not even going to try to pronounce the name to you because I will butcher it and embarrass the heck out of myself. And that doesn't do honor to that beautiful, beautiful saying. May all beings everywhere be happy and free, and may the thoughts, words, and actions of my own life contribute in some way to that happiness and to that freedom for all.
Holy wow. Thank you, Spirit. That's also card of, it's a 9 card. It's card of attainment, fulfillment, and fruition. Yeah. We're all equal, focused on being equal with everything that is alive, right down to that snake and that snail down there on the bottom of the card. See? Snake, snail. Don't have to be fast like this antelope, this gazelle. Move like the sloth. All things for all of us in our own time. Just find your place in the flow of it all. Quit trying to manage, correct, or fix what you think isn't in flow, because you may not be quite correct. What you consider to be out of flow may be in flow, and you are the one that's out of flow. Watch the animals. Watch how they act, what they eat, how they spend their time, all of that. Pay attention to the animals. And on that note, let's find out what the animals have to tell us in this. And then I'll summarize it all. The animals have... This is great. Here's a friendly reminder that the negative voice in your head is not you. And you are actually completely delightful. Yes. Quit worrying about the dark world. Quit worrying about those people and beings of the lower world. Okay? You keep your light on nice and bright. Do your education. Walk your own meandering path calmly, to show you that with this education you have something to teach here in this hollow bone. Because also here, you see this bird? That's one of our feathered friends. Are you listening to the trickster fairy who's kind of dressed like a joker? Or are you listening to the feathered bird? Well, I guess I don't have to turn it upside down. See that guy? See how... Oh, okay, everything is backwards. There we go. See him? Now it'll focus, please. There, see him? He's dressed like a court jester. Who do you trust? What that guy's spewing into your head? Or that bird that's being very quiet and watching what's going on in its white, pure being and energy? Watch the animals. If you don't know what your path is, follow where they go. Do what's best for them, and it'll be what's best for you. There's no doubt about that. Don't close yourself off even to the smallest minnow. She's a fish up here, I just noticed. I mentioned the fish because it didn't say animals with scales, it just says fur and feathers. But look at, there's a bird, there's a fish. She's got a fish right there. Of course she does, because she's got that crystal of life. Because she's Lemurian. Wow, you guys. What an amazing reading. Thank you very much. Stay calm. Forget the lower path and the lower world and those beings that are being very loud right now. That's all they're doing is being loud because they're scared. They can't see. There's too much
light being shown in the darkness and they can't see. Okay? And because of that light that's being shown in the darkness, you can't help but educate yourself so that you can teach. That's our whole purpose for going through all of this, is the people who are going to be the fixers of it all too. We are the ones who will tell the story. We are the ones who will teach what we have been going through. We will teach the story of the ascension and the shift that this whole planet is going through right now. So it's a pretty heavy-duty, big-time job. So yeah, it's a lot of responsibility, and the universe is just making sure you can handle it. Are you the lion or are you the hummingbird? Either way, you're going to deal with it your way. Are you going to deal with it head on with a big roar? Or are you going to flit around and just be annoying? Because the bad can't touch you. It can't see in your light. Okay? The beings of the lower world cannot see in the middle world and the upper worlds. Okay? I hate to say it that way, but it kind of sounded silly. I am being silly. I thank you guys for being here for another Saturday Solutions. I ask you, please check your subscriptions. If you did not get a notification when this came out on Saturday, YouTube did it again. People are having their subscriptions messed with. And mainly it's, if you haven't, I believe, this is just my guess, if you have a channel that you subscribe to, but you haven't watched it in quite some time, and you have that bell clicked to all, what's happening is YouTube is clicking it to the next one down, which is their default personal. Which means you won't get all the notifications. You'll only get notifications YouTube feels like giving you. So go check your subscriptions on those channels that you really love, and maybe you're just noticing or thinking that, or by me bringing it up, hey, I haven't seen anything from so and so lately. Oh, I better go check on them. Please do. Please do. Thank you for being here. I love you all so much. Take care of yourselves, please. Be kind to yourself. But please, be grateful for what you have. Be so grateful for what you have. You can't help but get in the flow for more of it to come. Because that's how you match the energy of what you need, is being grateful for having it. Hello, manifestation. I thank you guys. I hope you have a terrific rest of your weekend, and I hope the week is good and kind to you this coming week. Blessings, and yeah, I got a couple resin videos I'm going to put out, and so you have something to watch, and I'll try to get as much content made so that I can put some stuff out the first few weeks after my surgery. I don't expect probably the first 5 days to be putting out much, so the Saturday after, well, I guess the 15th, I guess it's right about the 15th of December, that Saturday, there will not be a Saturday Solutions, because there will be no way for Katie to shuffle cards. How do you shuffle cards with one hand? Now, I've seen men do it with playing cards that they have like Arnold Schwarzenegger hands. They're huge. Or Anthony Robin hands. I have short hands. I have big palms, short fingers. 99% of my problem here. So, but when this is done and healed and recovered, I should have no more pain pinching and doing things with my index finger and my thumb. Right now, it's hard for me to pick up a card off the table. At least I didn't complain about it as much in this reading. That's fascinating. Anyway, I love you. Thank you for being here. We'll see you again next time. Bye-bye now. Oh, you know what, you guys? If you're wanting to see kindness, let's try to start making kindness a habit again. Open doors for people and just do random nice things. They don't have to be things that cost any money. Just be good to people. Do nice things for people. Just because you can. It'll change them. It'll change you. And it'll harmonize and equalize things in this world. Because it'll put us all back in flow. Thank you. On that note, we'll see you next time. Bye-bye now.